One day, Duncan was assigned to take a train full of stone to Donald and Douglas. "Why are we doing this in the first place?" he complained to his driver. "It's exhausting." "Don't know, old fella," replied his driver, "but whatever it is, it seems essential." What Duncan said next was very strong indeed. When Duncan arrived there, he found Donald and Douglas chattering to themselves. "Oh, what time do you call this?" snapped Douglas. "5 minutes late? I would know. Now, Dougie," soothed Donald. "We all know it wasn't his fault. It was the line of stone. We'll take it from here now, Duncan, laddie." "Phew, be better if you do," agreed Duncan. "I had to waste my time going back and forth collecting this stone for your ducks anyway." Later, as the cars were loaded with the stone, the twins set off for the harbor. The stone was needed for an important shipment at the docks, and the twins were hurrying. So much to do, whistled Douglas. "If there's so much more work to do, give me strength," insisted Donald. Upon arriving, the twins were shocked. The docks in such a mess. Cars were blocking the sidings. More ships were coming. And even poor Cranky could swing his hook to the other side after one crate was on deck. Donald looked at the quay side, then at Douglas, and then both of them grinned. "We'll sort it out in no time," they chanted. Then, after being uncoupled, they set to work. The twins did their work so well that even the big engines were jealous. The workmen commented how versatile they were. Even Cranky was impressed. How on earth," he stammered, "can they be as busy as a bee, besides all the other engines who are too lazy to admit it?" "Hey," snapped Percy, "I'm not lazy." Cranky just scoffed and went to work. Nonetheless, Donald and Douglas carried on with their work, feeling more prouder than ever. Then, as the hours went by, they became very exhausted. So their drivers took them to the edge of the quay to rest. At the end of the quay, Donald and Douglas were resting comfortably. They stared at the wonderful horizon. "Oh, someday I wish I could sail away," sighed Douglas. "You know you can't sail, huffed Donald, "because you're not a boat. Besides, Doug had that dream once." Douglas just scoffed and imagined himself sailing away. Just then, an alarm sounded. "What on earth's going on?" cried Donald. Just then, the harbor master strolled up. "That boat wasn't supposed to leave," he cried. "The crew has contacted us, but they're not responding. Something must be wrong." Douglas was alarmed. "We must stop it before it crashes somewhere," he cried to Donald. Donald agreed and started looking around. Then his eyes caught something. A rope was hanging from the back of the boat. "That's it," he cried. "If we connect this rope to us, we might be able to stop it." Quickly, the drivers caught the rope and attached it to their buffers. Then, as soon as it was attached, Donald and Douglas strained with all their might. The boat grinded to a halt. Donald and Douglas felt the pressure against their buffers, but they kept on puffing and puffing. Then, wheel turn by wheel turn, the boat came closer and closer until it stopped all the way at the end of the quay. Then the staff climbed aboard the boat and ran inside, finding 2 wicked sailors inside. They looked very menacing. "Doggone it," they groaned. "Caught red-handed." Donald and Douglas realized what happened and laughed. Soon as the men were taken into custody, Mavis arrived to take it to the repair center. "I must say," she admitted, "you two were quite heroes putting on that performance." Donald and Douglas looked at each other, and then they winked at Mavis, who just blushed. Soon as the boat was taken away, Sir Topham Hatt spoke to the twins. "I know you two don't like coming to the sea," he said, "but you still performed a heroic act and did your job well nonetheless. You are both really useful engines." Donald and Douglas smiled. "Aye," they agreed.